Okay, looks like we're back to review another DreamWorks movie. Yep, another DreamWorks movie. So I've got another one I'm reviewing here. This one's about some monsters. But not just any monster, apparently it's a were-rabbit. And not just from any other movie, but Wallace and Gromit. Now, I've never seen Wallace and Gromit that I can remember. Or maybe I have in the past and don't remember. But I don't really remember seeing Wallace and Gromit at all. Or this movie. But who knows, I could have seen it in the past and may not remember it, because some of these movies just don't stick out very well in my mind like others. But yes, as I'm aware, I have not seen this movie at all. So I went in this movie completely blind. Well, I knew some stuff of it from the trailers, but otherwise, yeah, it was pretty much just fresh eyes. Because I don't even know what Wallace and Gromit really was. Because if I did watch any of the shorts back, and I don't even remember them. But you guys know the drill. If you guys want to be notified for future videos, please subscribe and hit the notification bell on my channel. I promise you guys, you won't lose any fingers in the process. But, but I do know too, you guys, if I were you guys, I would also make sure you guys, are still subscribed to my channel. Because I've been noticing some of my, my subscriber count hasn't been going up and down as much. I think it did a little bit. But I do know people have had this problem in the past, and I've been having problems with my views. Yeah, I noticed some of my, I've gone back through some of my older videos, and I've noticed some of my videos have, some of my videos have gotten a lot of views, while others have basically just stayed pretty much the same. But I'm going to save that story for another time because I plan on talking about YouTube and other streaming platforms down the road. But as for right now, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's talk about Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. So this movie features Wallace and Gromit. If you guys don't know who they are, I shouldn't say much because I don't know who they are either, but my judgment of, seeing them on screen, Wallace is kind of I can't remember which one's Wallace and which one's Gromit. I think Gromit's the science guy. But he's a science guy, but he makes a bunch of goofy inventions and all that, and Wallace is his dog, and they're kind of like a duo. It kind of reminds me a lot of Family Guy in a way. How the older seasons of Family Guy, how Brian and Peter kind of, being a duo with, not against duo like Stewie and, Brian, but they were close friends, and, Brian was always there to get Peter out of trouble or something like that. Well, not really out of trouble, but he always points out these funny, things and all that. I like it, I wish it was still like that on Family Guy, but unfortunately it's not. But I also get the vibe of with Charlie Brown and Snoopy too, because Wallace, he acts like Brian in a way when it comes to, his owner's shenanigans like Brian does with Peter in the earlier seasons. Well, he still does it now, but it was more common in the earlier seasons. And then you got the whole Snoopy from Charlie Brown thing, where Charlie Brown is, basically he's a guy who, he's basically, he has a dog named Snoopy, and, Snoopy's kind of a wacky-ish character, kind of, you get the vibe when you they're both goofy characters and all that, but it's kind of interesting. I just wish that Wallace could talk, or not even talk, but he could have groaning sounds or something like Snoopy, because basically he can't talk very well, so you kind of go off his facial expressions, and although it's entertaining to see him on TV sometimes with Walt, you kind of don't really know what he's thinking as much. I mean, you do have him showing his owner that he's actually the were-rabbit, because he's the were-rabbit. He's the were-rabbit because he accidentally turns himself into a were-rabbit trying to get him off cheese. He's very addicted to cheese, so he gets himself off, trying to get off of by, I guess, mixing himself with rabbit DNA. It's a pretty interesting concept. And we have the villain, too, who wants to hunt him down and all that jazz, There's not really a whole lot to say about this movie, but I do really like it. I really do. I think it's really a really entertaining movie. I like Wallace and Gromit as characters, even though Wallace can't speak and it doesn't really have much going for him. I still do like his reactions to his owner, screwing things up and all. It's pretty funny, It definitely reminds me a lot of Brian. But Wallace and Gromit came before Family Guy. It actually came 10 years before Family Guy. Family Guy came out in 1999, while Wallace and Gromit came out before that. Well, technically, Family Guy actually was around before that, but it was a different show, and it was gonna be a different show, and then I guess I got pitched to Fox, and they wanted changes to it, so. But I don't know if Stephen Farrell got his idea from these characters or not. I don't know, because I don't think they ever referenced Wallace and Gromit in the show that I'm aware of. Of course, I haven't seen any of the newer episodes, but again, that doesn't mean anything when a show has been around forever. But I don't know, but I do really like this show. I think this movie, it's pretty good. It's really funny. It's not the most amazing DreamWorks movie, but I do really like it. I like it a lot more than Chicken Run. Chicken Run was alright. It didn't have a lot going for it, though. This movie is a lot more interesting, with the whole concept with, Gromit turning into a giant werewolf bunny beast, It's pretty funny, It's like, usually it's werewolves, and apparently he doesn't even eat people, or buy them and turn them into were-rabbits too, but he does howl, and we get to see some cool stuff with that. But it's pretty funny. I really do like it. It's a pretty good concept. And I do like the villain. The villain's pretty good too. I like too how he wants to get with this gal and all that, but she doesn't want to be with him, and he's kind of he's an unlikable, jerk and all that, I don't really like the way he was defeated, though, as much, because he basically got chased off. He got disguised as a were-rabbit and got, I kind of think it's not a horrible defeat. It's better than him just going straight to jail, you think that would be a great punishment for a villain, but, being in prison and all that, but that's a pathetic way to, for a movie to defeat a villain. I'm not saying it's always a bad thing, but I just like it how they changed it up, and all that, but basically he gets chased off, and that means he could come back, and again, he could come back and want to attack again. It could make a sequel to it. They're talking about bringing Wallace and Gromit back. That's what I've been hearing. They're talking about doing that. They already brought back Chicken Run. They got a sequel, which I didn't get to go into theaters and watch it. I didn't really have the time to do it, but I was actually thinking about going to it. I just didn't get to go to it, so I'm going to try to definitely go to Kung Fu Panda, though, but it was very crazy towards the end there and all that, so Yeah, I don't know. But I've been hearing rumors that they're bringing back Wallace and Gromit again. I guess the studios are finally getting along, because I think that's what happened was they kind of went their separate ways, because the people behind the Wallace and Gromit stuff and Chicken Run and all that didn't get along with DreamWorks back then or something. I don't know. But DreamWorks is technically owned by a different company now. I'm not sure if the same guy is still in charge of DreamWorks, but I know it got sold to Universal, so I don't know. But yeah, overall, I really do like this film. I really like it a lot. It's a really good film, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this film definitely deserves to be a good and 120 points. But yes, this film is really, really good. I really do like it. I just don't think it's as good as like the Madagascar's or Shrek. Well, it might be. I think it's better than Shrek 1. But my point is the fact that DreamWorks has such good films just shows you how well this studio is and all that. I think it just took them a little while to finally find their steps, but it looks like they're finally getting to it. And yeah, they've had some bad movies, but I mean, there's going to be probably more, I guarantee you. I haven't seen a lot of these movies in a long time, but I've been hearing a lot of people don't like some of these movies and all that. But I do know next week I get to watch and review Over the Hedge. Now that's gonna be an interesting one, because that film I've seen, but I've not seen it in so many years. Like, no joke, I have not seen Over the Hedge in years. Because our house got robbed, and I lost the movie and all that, so I had to replace it, and it took me forever to replace it. I think it's because I just wasn't, like, I kind of grew out of the film over time. I just never bothered to replace it, but I kind of wish I did. But I actually have the movie now, and I'll be watching it next. So we're gonna see if I still like it or not, or maybe it could have been a film where I watched it too many times and just didn't get into it. I don't know. But I do remember pieces about it, but I don't know. But this review definitely was very short. I just don't have a whole lot to say. I guess I can say I do like the way it's animated too, because it's claymation. It looks it's animated so much differently. And that's the thing though, like if they had hand-drawn animation and all that again, in Hollywood, not just DreamWorks, but Disney and all that too, they could have like 2D drawings, and then they would look different and all that. And I mean, I shouldn't, people are pointing out, well, we got 2D animated shows and all, and yeah, we do, but again, like having a fully fledged 2D animated movie again, the animation just looks a lot better looking. I don't mind CGI, but I like things like this where they experiment with the animation. I do like that, but I don't know if they have anything planned. I do know they're bringing back claymation and all that again, so who knows. But I don't have anything else to really say about this, so tell me your guys' thoughts on this movie in the comments below. And sorry if it's very short. I just don't have a whole lot to say. But I did really enjoy this movie, and you guys should check it out yourself for people who have not seen it. Anywho, bye-bye.